credit crisis that began in the United States is now spreading so fast that it has sparked fears of a global meltdown. And tonight, two major financial institutions, including the Scotiabank, are saying that Canada could soon fall into a recession lasting well into next year. Now, what does that mean for you? We've often been told that the BC economy is strong enough to escape any national undertow, but given the present circumstances, that picture might now be far too optimistic, and there could be some rough times ahead.
Dozens of construction cranes highlight the Vancouver skyline. Over the past few years, they've become a common sight, symbolizing a strong BC economy. But as more experts talk about a worldwide recession, British Columbians are now being told that we're not immune from the coming economic storm.
Yeah, I don't think there's any part of the world that's going to be safe from this. Certainly not here in British Columbia. We're not going to be safe from it. We may not get hit as hard as other areas. What is happening is the assets, say, that went up the sharpest are coming down the hardest.
Up until now, unlike the suffering manufacturing sector back east, BC was insulated from the economic slowdown thanks to a dependence on raw exports and commodities, but not anymore. World imports are slowing down and commodity prices are falling. And while a drop in the Canadian dollar, which is now hovering around the 90-cent US mark, is expected to give BC exporters a bit of a break, its positive impact may be minimal.
So you add it up, and you're looking at a much, much weaker growth profile for British Columbia, at least for the next 12 to 18 months.
And the booming construction sector, which has helped BC weather the economic storm up until now, is also expected to slow down, with no new major projects expected to get off the ground anytime soon, thanks to the current credit crunch.
I drove by a condo project this morning where they're just breaking ground. And I'll tell you, I thought to myself, I'm glad I don't own a piece of that. There is already evidence that some of the financing that was supposed to be available for these projects is being pulled.
And while the latest Ipsos Reid global poll suggests a majority of British Columbians believe the province will get by okay, 85% of respondents do plan to cut back on their personal spending.
It's probably going to be a great time for a lot of people to have a sober reassessment about their personal affairs. This would be a good time for people to be thinking about spending a little less and trying to save some money.